Hey, Travel Brats.
Happy Travel Brat Tuesday.
It's Soph.
And Nat.
Coming to you live from the studio. And we got another special guest. If you guys have not listened to some of our previous episodes, we started a Best Eats in Southwest Florida episode with the one, the only, Aaron, better known as the Southwest Florida Food Junkie. Hey, Aaron, welcome back.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys.
And we did have a question for you that we did not touch on last week. You are basically a total food guy, and we were wondering if you did this full time.
That's a great question. I get that all the time. I do not. I have a full-time job. I'm working marketing. I own my own marketing agency, so I do this for a living. And basically, I'm helping businesses that grow websites. My personal business is Red Beard Digital Marketing, Red Digital Advertising. I have a website, redbeard.digital. But yeah, check it out. And I help other people find businesses and find more clients. And that's kind of how I started in doing this stuff. And so now I go and eat food on my spare time. So when I'm not working or weekends, I'll go around Southwest Florida and try food.
Oh, very cool. Cool, guys. So if you need help with your marketing and you're in Southwest Florida, you know who to go to. Do you do clients out of Southwest Florida?
Yeah, I do clients nationally. A lot of my clients are actually not food related at all. I do a lot of home services, anywhere from roofing companies, HVAC companies, web design, paid advertising, SEO, anything really.
Sweet, nice. Good stuff. Nice. Yeah, guys, Aaron's your man. And if you need some solid food recommendations, you go straight to him or you listen to this. Speaking of this week, we are super excited. We are doing our March segment. And if you guys didn't know, there's a lot of cool stuff going on in March. We've got St. Patty's Pub and Bar Crawls. We've got National Pig Day. Oink, oink. All right, I'm done. And then Tea for Two Tuesday. Spill the tea, however you guys want to, whatever you guys want to do with your tea. Tea for two. And then we also have National Cheesecake Day. Did I miss anything, Nat?
No, you did not. There is a National Nutrition Month.
Oh,
Month
guys,
March.
I'm dyslexic. It's cheesesteak, not cheesecake.
Did you say?
Yeah, I'm dyslexic as hell. I really am.
I didn't even hear that you
Travel
said
Brats.
cheesecake instead of cheesesteak.
Yes, no. Natalie doesn't listen, and
I don't
can't
listen.
speak correctly. And then we started a podcast.
Yep, there you go. Perfect combo.
And then we dragged Aaron into this mess. So we're going to kind of touch base, guys. Aaron's going to take us through these strange categories and see if we could find any good eats in the categories.
Yeah, so I guess starting with the, what is it, National Pig Day?
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's where our bacon spots kind of come from.
1st of March is National Pig Day.
Oh, so
yeah.
we kind of missed it, I guess, a little bit, but that's
It's
okay.
never too late for bacon.
That's
right. Bacon's a hard one. I honestly, I don't think I've gone to a place that just has bacon, but we have some really cool butcher shops in the area. So I don't know if you're in the Bonita area. There's a really cool little tiny one, but it's called Circle C Farms. Okay. And they're like right in the like old school area of downtown Bonita, and they do a lot of really custom cuts. I'm sure you could get some really killer bacon there, and of course like Jimmy P's always has some great ones. And if you really like in the craving and you want something you know it's pretty good and it's all around, I'm pretty sure there's Millionaire Bacon over at Twin Peaks.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, so you can hit that up.
I've not had it.
It's called Millionaire Bacon?
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's different. I don't think people go there for the bacon, but you know, it is actually not too bad. But yeah, I mean, if we're going on the sense of National Pig Day too, I mean, barbecue is also, I would say,
absolutely.
a good. And there are some like
time.
the radar barbecue places in Southwest Florida that people really
yeah?
go to. Yeah, I actually just went to one this weekend.
Oh no.
Big Nick's Barbecue.
Big Nick's Barbecue? No,
I think it's in like 6 Mile Cypress.
You said it's in, okay, it's in that
Yeah,
area?
it's new. It's about a year old. It's one of those places you just like you order ahead or drive up to. Like there's no actual seating area, so you just grab your pork and ride.
Grab your pork and ride.
Yeah. And what else do we got? I mean, there's an awesome one, and I'm never gonna remember the name of it. But if you're in downtown Fort Myers and you're driving down MLK and you're heading in downtown, you've probably seen this guy a million times. On the right-hand side, just after the 7-Eleven, there is a gentleman on his back porch who always has like 2 huge smokestacks.
What?
And it's just this good old boy who's been there for probably like 10 years, and he just makes it on his back porch, and it's cash only, and you walk up. Everyone knows about it in the downtown
really
area.
Cool.
Yeah.
Talk about an awesome small business.
Yeah,
awesome,
that's
an
so
awesome
random.
hustle.
Probably not like the best part of town, but it's so.
Yeah.
I've been there a couple times myself, and if I survived, anyone else can too.
And it's good barbecue.
It's pretty good barbecue. It's one of those things like you get like a barbecue sandwich, and they're like, "Here's a barbecue." I'm like, "There's like bones in here," and he's like, "That's how it works." And they give you like 2 pieces of Texas toast and the barbecue, and you literally just the bone falls right out.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, so-
Oh, that
Peak,
sounds
now that's
amazing.
just peak bone.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are like,
Yeah.
what is it called? I'm like, there is a name. He is on Google, but I always forget it because
Guys,
I'm
we
sure
will-
if you Google the exact description that you just gave us, you
yeah,
could
and
probably
everyone's like, it's a
find it.
restaurant. I'm like, it's somebody's patio.
Yeah, yeah.
But you can't miss the smokers as you're driving down MLK on your way downtown. So
That's
that's
fun.
always a good one. And then local favorite, FGCU Kid, Bo's Barbecue food truck.
Okay,
If you haven't had them, like those guys are up there as well. And what I haven't had, but everyone swears by, is Mission Barbecue. I know it's a chain.
It's actually
That's what
very
you guys
good.
did
That's
for
yeah,
your,
that's what we had for our
Your reception, your
rehearsal
rehearsal dinner.
Yeah.
At our wedding. We did like a really relaxed, just hang out in the gym with. We
Yeah.
had like so many people in our rehearsal. So like we were like, everybody just let's go get some barbecue. Let's hang out. It was really funny. My dad is like the bougiest guy on the planet, but I think he was like living his best life with that barbecue. He loves barbecue. He tried to get me to move to Texas. He tried to move to Texas because he's like, we got to go for the barbecue. Like we got to live there and eat the barbecue. And he was like, this is so good. Like he's over there in his fancy shirt in the corner in the church gym eating his barbecue, and he's like living. I think he had more fun with that meal than like any other thing at the wedding. But yeah, it was so funny. But yeah, I actually really like Mission Barbecue. Like I know it's a
Yeah.
large chain, but I
I've
feel
heard
like
it's
they
really-
never
I've
disappoint.
never been.
Actually, I have got like, this is really embarrassing, or it's kind of funny, but I've got like a giant thing of macaroni and cheese from Mission Barbecue in my freezer right now. It's literally like this big. I
You're
kid you
just
not.
gonna take it out,
Yeah,
put it in the oven, and it does. its
Yeah,
thing.
and then I've got a like a giant thing of meat. Where I came home and like my husband does not like eat without me. Like he won't eat if I'm not in Fort Myers. Like he will. I'll just be like, "What did you have for dinner tonight?" If I'm not in town, and he'll be like, "Oh, like I just fixed myself a really nice little plate of crackers and like some grapes." And I was like, is that it? And I had some
And some
water
charcuterie?
with a little flavored squirt. Yeah, literally like
Some Perrier.
charcuterie
Yeah.
without like the good stuff. And so I came home and I was like, what have you been eating? And he's like, oh, there's some leftovers of what I've been eating all week in the fridge. His mom had like given him the leftover Mission Barbecue from like a church event, and I was like, I love this pathetic,
So
but I love it. Yeah, but anyway, they are good. I think hands down they're like the best barbecue chain that I've had.
I've heard that from a lot of people, and barbecue's like a really crazy equalizer because you're exactly what you're saying. Like you can have somebody who's really like fine dining kind of thing, and you really just can't get great barbecue at a fine dining restaurant. You kind of got to
No.
get sloppy and get
Yeah.
dirty with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that 8 hours roast.
Oh, that's
you know,
so good.
Barbecue's the
smoked.
great equalizer. That's such a
Yeah.
good line.
It is. It is.
So true.
What is what you got? Like, what's your go-to when you go? I get like what's it called? It's not pulled pork. I mean, that's
Brisket?
amazing. Brisket.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Brisket, mac and cheese, and like if they have banana pudding, I die.
yeah. Oh, mac and cheese, beans, brisket. I mean, the Jewish
Beans are good.
nature. I have to try the brisket and be like, I don't know, it's not mom's.
Uh,
But yeah, that's
Oh, yeah.
usually what I'll get. And pulled pork, I mean, we're talking about pork stuff, but good pulled pork, I think, is hard to find. Like, I just had some last night, and I thought it was good, and everyone's like, oh, how good is it? I'm like, it's at a restaurant that makes pulled pork, which usually means it's not barbecue pulled pork. It's just slow-cooked pulled pork or
Right.
Yeah.
pressure-cooked pulled pork.
What I think is amazing about some of those really good barbecue places with the mac, if they do the really good like creamy mac and cheese and then the really good pulled pork, you mix them together.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Like
it's so
Sonny's,
good.
like,
Yeah.
Sonny's is not the best, but all you can eat barbecue, and you get Texas toast, and you put, like, you know,
That's a
Yeah.
craving right there.
yeah.
That's a craving.
Yeah.
well, speaking of healthy,
Oh.
March is also the month, the National Nutrition
Awkward.
Month.
Balance.
Awkward.
Yeah, balance.
So swinging the pendulum to the other side, what about some healthy spots?
That is a lot harder to find.
Down here,
I think,
yes.
yeah, I think there's a lot of options though, but like you have to kind of find the places. So Cafe U in Cape Coral is actually really cool, and they just did a whole event this past. Well, they participated in an event in Cape Coral for Vegan Fest
Oh, cool.
that just happened.
Vegan Fest.
How fancy.
What? I didn't know
Yes,
this
on
thing
Sunday,
there.
which
That's
was
cool.
neat, but I didn't get a chance to go. But they had a couple places, and they do a great menu of options, and they're a really good coffee shop too. They have a ton of like healthy green options and
cool.
vegan and gluten-free options as well.
Oh, nice.
And they also had Big Energy Cafe, which is here in Fort Myers off of Gladiolus. They were also part of that. And they do a lot of like smoothies and sandwiches and options like that. Fiverr is another, it sounds like,
Fiverr?
it's like Fiverr, like you want to order a service for business, but it's not. It's a different type of thing. It's here in, I want to say it's in Coconut Point. And they do like all veggie and gluten options like burgers and stuff like that.
Cool.
They've been around forever. They've moved like 5 or 6 different times, and every time I try to find them, like, we're moving to the location. So clearly there's a niche for it, but they
Yeah.
haven't really like figured that out yet. Amaze Bowl, they have
Amaze Bowl,
multiple
okay.
locations. They have great
Okay.
like poke bowls and different things. So maybe not, vegan, but
But on
lots
the
of
healthier
good
No, but
options.
what's the other? There's Poke Fusion, which we talked about last time.
We might
I
have,
think.
yeah, over at University Village.
Are they any good?
Yeah, Poke Fusion's actually pretty good.
Kind of healthy.
Yeah, kind of healthy. Sushi's a weird thing. Poke bowls are a weird thing. Like, they are healthy-ish.
Yeah, it's
You know,
a
like-
lot of rice.
Yeah, like healthier alternative,
Sauce.
but not the healthiest
I was gonna say,
option.
like, I
Yeah.
pour so much yum yum sauce on all my stuff that it like
That it-
is not
it
healthy
cancels
anymore.
out.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
like eel sauce, which is basically just soy sauce with like sugar in it. You're like,
Yeah.
this is great. No,
It's so
it's so
good.
great.
It's so tasty.
But those are kind of like my go-to places if I'm looking for something really healthy or something that kind of like fills that void. There's another place I went to. It's kind of a different spot, but it kind of goes into the next place. But Forever Grounded Coffee has like this mobile coffee bar,
Okay.
and they do a lot of really cool like healthy options too.
Okay.
That you're looking for. A lot of the cafes I've been to will do.
Yeah, they'll have
Yeah.
lighter things. And
Yeah, more gluten and veggie
Yeah.
options.
No more bagels.
I know.
What
Give me a
the
good bagel.
bagels? Let them eat bagels. No, that's cool. That's cool. So if you guys, Brats, since we shouted out some healthy places to you, if you guys know any more that you want us to add, just let us know. We would love to go explore them and talk about them. And this is probably a section I'm super excited about because I love tea. Like all kinds of tea. I
me
love to
too.
go out and drink it. I mean, Starbucks tea is not, it's not great. So I love small tea places, or it's becoming worse. But I love small tea places, and there's quite a few in like this area.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, there's the tea room. I have not been, but everyone loves it, and it's kind of a cool. Like, you can go have an afternoon with your friends and have a whole little setup with the fine china, and you can dress up. And not really my cup of tea, but it is pretty neat. Yeah. So, but I do see that a lot of coffee shops offer some really good options, like
Yes.
turmeric teas or like lavender latte lemonades, which are kind of cool.
that's
And
also good.
one of the ones I went to recently is over off McGregor in the Edison Estates called Banyan Cafe.
Okay.
And it's this really cool little pop-up, but it's like under this massive banyan tree over at Edison Estates. And they do teas
Cool.
and like really cool little cakes. Like I think I had it was like a blackberry bundt cake with like a rosemary, some like lemon drizzle on top.
yeah,
It
that
was
sounds really
delicious.
good.
So
Really
that-
Yeah, tea, a little cup of tea with a little
yeah,
I
and
love
they had
it.
chai
Perfect.
and some other things
I
as
do love
well.
chai.
There's another one. I think it's in downtown Fort Myers. It's called Osteria. Is that in downtown Fort Myers?
I think it is. I've never been there though.
Okay, that's the one I went to. Right. Okay, my right after the wedding, my husband has the cutest little grandparents from New Zealand. Like they're these little Kiwis, and they're like 84 and like 91 years old.
Yeah.
And we took because they're British, they're Kiwis, but their parents were British, so their parents were the ones that came out. So I was like, oh, they love tea. Like I was like, how lovely. Would you like some tea? Like they're literally like that. When I first met them, it was so funny. I was like, I'm like, hello. I was like, lovely to meet you. And Mike's like, why are you talking like that? I was like, I mean, hi, nice to meet you. Like it was so weird, but they're so cute. And I was like, they'll love. We wore these little hats and we went to the Wisteria tea room.
That's
And
fun.
they have this like for $20, you can like drink all the tea you want all day long. You can go sit there with a girlfriend they haven't caught up with in a while, and you, me, and Hannah should just go because you
Yeah.
can sit there and like just drink different kinds of tea. They'll
That
bring you a
sounds like
different
Hannah's
pot, then a
place.
different pot,
Like,
then a different
so
pot,
much.
and then you can have like they bring out the tray with all
Yeah.
the little snacks too.
That was like a Mad Hatter experience.
Yeah.
It is, but I absolutely love the fact that like it's endless tea.
That's
So
cool.
it's
Yeah,
like
that's
endless
pretty
tea. You
nice.
can try all the different flavors, and I have like carrot cake tea there, so good.
Carrot
The lavender
cake
tea there,
tea?
so good.
Okay.
I'm a sucker for if a
Nice.
place has good carrot cake tea. 'Cause I know we talked about
As of
carrot
last
cake
time we
last
talked about food.
I don't know if I
carrot
mentioned
cake.
guys, but I love carrot cake. Did you know that?
It must be like a downtown Fort Myers thing because like most of the places I've literally just gone to in the past week are all like, yeah, we all have tea. I'm like, and you're all on McGregor,
Huh.
on the way to downtown or
It
in
just must be a
downtown.
thing, yeah. Well, I don't know, like if they're back open after the hurricane. I would assume they are because they're not like right on the
Yeah.
water.
Yeah.
But I hope they are because they're so cute, and it's in like a little old-fashioned house.
Oh
It has-
wow.
they
Oh, yeah,
decorated
they've
with
got
like
the-
not ivory walls,
the
like
experience.
what is it when you have the plant wall?
Ivy.
Ivy
Yeah,
walls and
yeah.
things like
That's
that.
cool.
It's really cute. It's
It's
a really
got a
nice
neon sign and a
ambiance.
green wall where it's a foodies,
Uh-huh.
Dream.
Yep,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's kind of you said because like Arts and Eats Cafe, I just went there literally like Sunday, and they're on McGregor too. They're in that same kind of area, and they have they're next to the Lines of the Arts, the
Mhm.
center,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
and inside it's all artist stuff, like local painters, local
that's
sculptors,
cool.
and like
That
you
is
just
neat.
you go
Arts
up
and Eats.
front. You
Love
grab whatever you want, like you order, and they bring it to you. You can sit in each like area in this old house has like a different theme of artistry.
Oh, how fun!
Yeah, so you can go
That's
in there. They have
very
different
nice.
teas and stuff too. Food is Food is so-so. It's just your regular food. But the coffee is pretty good, and the tea looked like they had decent menus. So it's definitely
great.
and for the feel of being in that area, it's pretty neat. And then in downtown, Spatini. So they're also a casualty of Ian.
Okay.
Like they used to be in Sanibel, and they opened a second location above the Franklin Shops. So it's all, if you ever go to the Franklin Shops in downtown, they have this spiral staircase that leads up to like a second floor, and in the far corner in the front is this little like secluded green walled area, and they have a lot of different teas and boba. So that's their whole thing.
I love boba.
Yeah, so they've
I'm
got a
like,
bunch.
always on a search for good boba.
And Vietnamese coffee, like oddly, that's not tea, but they do Vietnamese coffee with the condensed milk and everything else.
Yes.
I don't think I've seen anyone in the area do like legitimate Vietnamese coffee just yet. So,
I haven't, but I mean, I'm not half as a coffee expert as you are. I'm like,
it just tastes like coffee.
Yeah. I like coffee,
yeah.
but I like tea more.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, chai tea is delicious if it's done right.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
good. I've had some like mom and pop coffee shops that I've had chai tea there, and I'm like, what is this? Is this how it's supposed to taste like? Because Starbucks really just lies to me. They don't treat me well. She doesn't treat me well.
Teavana's not the same.
No.
Yeah.
But like going on boba, like there's a place called the Boba Shop. I don't know if everybody's heard about them, but like they're popping up. They have a pop up right now. They're in Bonita. They'll be opening up a location on the corner of Bonita Beach Road and Old 41, and they do a lot of little events all over Southwest Florida. So like a couple weeks ago, they were at Live Local Honey, which is like a boutique, and they had the 2-year anniversary, and they were in there, and they
That's
have
in Coconut Point, yeah.
yeah, yep.
Nice.
But it's cool. They pop up everywhere, and they're like the bubble tea takeoff in the area. So if you're looking for like really good boba, the Boba Shop on Instagram, follow them. Those guys they're pretty cool. And they're very nice.
Very
Easy
cool.
name, easy to remember.
Yeah.
Very cool. I love that. Yeah. I mean, gosh, they're not very far either. They're like,
No.
I mean, from my house, because I'm Estero, they're like 5 minutes. Yeah. And now we are getting to the subject of cheesesteak, not cheesecake.
Cheesesteak.
Sorry, guys, to let you down, but I
It's
personally.
there's not a cheesecake day. That's
No, I'm sorry.
Not
Maybe
yet.
it's next month. Yeah,
Yeah.
not yet. Honestly, I personally think cheesesteak is better than cheesecake, but I'd probably get slapped by a few people for that. But a lot of people love cheesecake. I hate cheesecake.
Really?
I just can't. I don't like the mix of like cheesy things. Like
And
cheesy's
cakey
not
things.
sweet and cakey things. I like cheese with like salty meats and like
Okay.
good crackers. Like it's supposed to stay that way.
But do you like meringues?
Yeah, I do.
But meringue is just egg whites beat. Like all it is
I like creme brulee,
yeah,
unless
oh,
it
yeah.
tastes too eggy. I had this
Fair,
creme
that's
brulee.
fair.
That was the restaurant I told you when I
Yeah.
Valentine's Day. That creme brulee was so eggy. I was like, I'm gonna puke.
I've had some bad creme brulees recently, and I was like, how do you do that wrong?
Yeah, I
But
know.
yeah,
But
unfortunately.
anyway, off the subject of cheesecake and back on
back,
steak.
back to the steak.
Yeah.
Man, cheesesteak is such a weird topic. People are so finicky about it. Like
Oh,
there's a couple. I'm so weird. I just like really basic cheesesteak, cheesesteak too. And there's a place that's near my house called Ryan's Eatery.
Yeah.
It's on the corner of 41 and Alico, and they're pretty good. The guys from Philly, I think they're pretty decent. Some people will rave about them. They're okay. For a solid, like, decent Philly cheese. But I guess it depends on what you like. Like, are you the
Right.
Cheese Whiz person, or are you, like, the provolone person?
Yeah, everyone has their different opinions
I'm
about
definitely the
it.
provolone.
Yeah.
I'm a provolone as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am too. So I'm like, oh, cheese, no. That's a cheese no for me. But there's a place that I haven't been to, I'll admit. It's a food truck called Double D's.
Okay.
And it's supposed to be, like, the cheese steak. It's this woman who runs it. She's probably a little bit younger or in my
Does
age.
she have double D's?
I'm not...
I'm just kidding.
You go on
I'm just
Instagram and you
kidding.
tell me what you think.
I'm not. Nice try. Nice try, Sophia.
Yeah, not gonna happen today. But no, it looks really good. And I talked to a bunch of friends. I'm like, have you had them? Like, yeah, they're always the hospitals all over Cape Coral. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, what do you think? It's kind of dry. I'm like, how do you make a dry cheesesteak? You know, like,
Ew.
I don't know. But then they're like, oh, we're from like Jersey and we know cheesesteak. I was like, I mean, I feel like you need to be from Philly to know cheesesteak. But those places aren't too bad. And honestly, Hooters has a pretty solid cheesesteak.
I mean,
Random.
Hooters has good food.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that, but they do.
I know.
Because we don't lie on here. The girls are nuts, but the food is hot.
But yeah, those places. And then this is like I guess a St. Patty's Day ode, but so City Tavern, if you don't know about them, they're this like kind of a dive bar in downtown Fort Myers that's been there forever. And they were really affected by Ian. They just recently reopened, so everything is kind of like a lot cleaner now. But they've always been a cool spot for live music. Well, they always, when they do the downtown St. Patty's Day event, they do like these St. Patty's Day cheesesteaks where it's like corned beef and different things.
Oh, yeah.
And I've never had them. This was amazing. And this year they're bringing in this like semi-professional chef
Ooh.
who they've had a couple times, I guess, but he's like pretty famous on Instagram, and they're going to be doing it for the whole day. And they said when it sell out, sell out. So like
That sounds
get
fun.
there. Yeah, I think
That's
it's.
cool.
I want to say it's next weekend because St. Patty's Day is the 18th.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
17th?
17th,
I think
18th,
it's 17th.
17th.
I think
Yeah,
it's
so I
next
think
Probably
this
next weekend.
this weekend, the
Yeah.
next weekend, which might be the
Yeah.
18th, they're going to do an event. So check them out. And
Cool.
they're a really cool business. They've been there forever, just supporting them to keep them around.
Yeah.
You know, like they've had a great resurgence since they reopened, and it's awesome to see the community kind of like coming around them essentially.
Oh, how cool. And public apology before I have to make one later about Hooters. You girls are cute. I wish you wore more clothes. That's all. But they're very cute.
Yeah,
And
there's-
the
there's-
wings are good there too.
Yeah, and it's not cheesesteak, but there's this other place that does like Chicago beef, and that's also like a really weird thing. And there's one that's open. I don't think anybody knows about it, but it's called Jimmy the Beef Guy, and it's
Jimmy
on
the
like
Beef
I've never heard of that.
it's on 41 and Bonita Beach Road.
Is
It's
it-
like in
Is
that little
it better
plaza.
than this? You're gonna slap me for this. but
Portillo's?
Is it better than Portillo's?
You know, I've never had either. So
Oh!
like, everyone tells me this place is really good, and everyone's like, you gotta go to Portillo's. I'm like,
I'm
it
gonna
just
drive up to
seems-
Tampa and bring you a hot Portillo's.
I know, right? I'm going to Orlando for like a foodie thing in a couple weekends.
Gotta
Like maybe on
stop.
the way, I'll be like, we gotta go to
I was
Portillo's.
gonna say every time we go anywhere north, we go out of our way, stop at Portillo's, and then keep
Really?
going.
I've never heard of it.
It's so good.
It's
Is
like
it just
Chicago.
a Florida thing?
It's a
Oh,
Chicago
thing, yeah.
But randomly in the state of Florida, there's two. There's one in like it's either
Orlando, I
Bradenton or
think.
Sarasota, and then there's one in Tampa. There's two that are
Oh, you're
super
right.
close
You're right.
to each
There is
other.
like it's like Bradenton.
Huh.
Yeah, because
Brandon,
I'm like,
Bradenton.
why are there like in the whole state of Florida? Don't you think they would have picked one like more north and one more south?
I'm surprised Miami and Orlando don't have one. Like
Right?
you would think for sure, being the major cities,
It
they would
hits
have
the
one.
spot. There's not a better fast food spot.
So
Like
I
Portillo's.
Fast food.
It's technically fast food.
casual.
It's
Oh.
fast casual. It's like
Fast
what? It's like what?
casual.
Chipotle or Panera. It's
Yeah.
not necessarily
Okay,
like, it's not
I
like McDonald's. It's
see.
amazing.
Yeah, it has a little bit more of.
But I
Yeah.
apparently have to get like I've never had a Chicago beef sandwich. Like everyone's like it's different. You just gotta try it. But I don't like jardiniere,
And
and everyone loves jardiniere, and I'm like I'm not. A
Wait,
huge
wait,
fan.
wait, wait. What is jardiniere?
You never had jardiniere? It's like a
No.
Chicago thing. My roommate in LA
It's
was
more
always
like this-
about it. It's like the toppings. It's like carrots and
Oh,
the banana
no.
peppers and like it's
Oh,
pickled
I
and
didn't
put
know
on
yes.
top
that's
of
what
like
it was called. See,
yeah.
I always get Italian beef, extra sauce, extra saucy,
sauce.
and then you gotta put the jardiniere.
and what's the
Yeah.
sauce that
on
they
it,
put on
and
it?
it, but you gotta get
I
the
think it's like
spicy
au jus
jardiniere,
sauce,
the
right?
sweet,
Oh, just
yeah.
no Jew, yeah.
Au jus,
Yeah.
and then the sweet jardiniere is sucks. So you gotta get the spicy jardiniere and extra sauce, and then you gotta get the fries. The fries there are like out of this world. And then you ask for a cup of melted cheese, and you dip the fries and a little bit of the sandwich in the melted cheese.
Wow,
It's
you
so-
figured it out.
Yeah, you're like
Is
on
that, is
the-
that like a,
Yeah.
a
Oh, we even
local
my
like?
grandparents live in Itasca, which is like outside Chicago.
Okay.
Okay.
And so we
That's
grew
good.
up as
Yep, I was
kids.
gonna say,
Every
this is
time
the
we'd
local-
fly, every night we'd fly in to see my grandparents. Like the first night we'd fly in to see them, we'd all go get like Portillo's.
Oh,
And
nice.
like so that's like a tradition of how Portillo's a million times. And it's so good. It never gets old. And I was like, when we first stopped there on our way up, when we found out there was a Portillo's in Florida, I was like, it's not gonna be as good. But it's actually pretty darn good, the one in Tampa. And I would purposely visit my best friend Rachel all the time. Be like, hey, she'd be like, are you just visiting me to go to Portillo's? I'd be like,
No, but
can
while
we
we're
go?
here,
Yeah.
We go every
It's
We
day.
like
go
so,
like
yeah.
tonight and tomorrow.
So it's
Yeah.
a
I don't even go
Chicago
anywhere
version of
else.
In-N-Out, is what it is.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. Because like if you go to In-N-Out, it's anyone from California, they're like you have to go to In-N-Out.
So good.
You know, like
Yeah.
and for us, Florida, it's like pub sub. Like you come here,
Oh,
like you gotta go to
love-
pub sub.
See, that's a Georgia thing too. Is we grew
Yeah.
up getting
Well,
pub subs.
Florida and
after
Georgia are the
games and-
land of Publix.
That's
Yeah,
true.
this is very
Collectively.
true. But it's funny because like I always tell people, please don't oversell it because my friends oversold
Yeah.
In-N-Out so hard, and I had it, and I was like, it's
You're
good.
like, it's okay.
And the air left the room when I said that. Everyone's like, oh, how dare you?
No,
Yeah.
I was gonna say you could never oversell Portillo's.
Yeah.
That's
Like, I
how
almost got
cookout is
stopped
for
in
North
Portillo's at the
Carolinians.
end.
Really?
Cookout is our like.
Oh yeah.
In-N-Out.
Oh,
We
cookout.
love
I've had that
Cookout.
before, and it is really good. They have it in Georgia again. It's like a southern
Yeah.
thing.
Georgia?
Southern
What?
thing.
I can't remember what I watched a food documentary. They were talking about the like a Nashville hot type thing, but
Hot
it's
chicken?
yeah, hot chicken. It's like a Georgia thing, right?
It's
I know it to be more of a Nashville.
It's
thing,
actually
Okay.
Nashville hot chicken, but they've like expanded to where like there's a lot of hot chicken in Georgia
Mm-hmm.
now because Georgia and NOLA are really good at fried chicken. And like
Gotcha.
Georgia and New Orleans are like really
But
good
anyone
at fried
that's
chicken.
doing hot chicken, it's based probably off of
Out of-
Nashville.
But they
Nashville.
started to open up
Yeah.
a bunch of hot chicken places in those two, but the original spot is Nashville.
Hattie B's.
Oh yeah.
Because Brandon's a Portillo's hot dog. Because I watched this show where
amazing.
like the chefs get drunk and have to cook, and it's ran by it's on HBO Max. It's really funny.
That'd be great.
And the guy is I can't remember his name right now, but he's like, I love Portillo's hot dogs, so you guys have to like remake a Portillo's hot dog for me, but you got to do it. And they have them do silly things in the kitchen, like wearing weird gloves, and they're trying to do things. But anyway, the guy's like, hot dog has to have the Portillo's hot dog. I guess they have a signature hot dog or something, and it's supposed to be really, really good.
That's what my husband always gets. I get the Italian beef and the fries, and then he'll get the Italian beef and a hot dog.
Well, I'm going to Tampa next weekend, so I already know where I'm eating.
You gotta do it. I'm telling you, it's not close to Hannah's house because I know that's where you're going because I'm creepy. But you gotta
go out
drive
of
that whole family over to Portillo's, and you can all get Italian beef, hot dogs, and fries. Don't forget the cheese cup.
Yep,
melted.
Nice.
Not straight, melted. Dirty cheese cup. Guys, thank you so much for listening in. Aaron, thank you again for coming on and talking about some fun spots to eat with these bizarre themes that we decided to hit up in March.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
See you guys next Tuesday for more fun.
Bye.